Some days, everything feels too fast. Games, screens, work, noise, everything asks for your attention. And I think sometimes we don't need another world that asks us to run. Sometimes we just need a place where we can breathe. I started imagining Oboro no Ichi after spending time in Japan. I don't want to describe it like a postcard, because that would be too simple. What stayed with me was not only the beauty of the places, but the silence between things. The small streets at night. The feeling of a shrine hidden between ordinary buildings. The way seasons seem to change the meaning of a place. The attention given to small gestures, small rituals, small moments. I'm not Japanese, and I don't want to pretend that this culture belongs to me by birth, but I wanted to approach it with respect, study, and humility, not just as an aesthetic, but as a world of stories, symbols, spirits, memory, and relationships. Before Oboro no Ichi, I made a game called Midori no Kaori. It was a small restaurant management game inspired by Japanese izakaya and quiet places where food can feel like comfort. In that game, I tried to tell a simple idea. Wandering souls could find warmth through food, recover fragments of themselves, and continue their path toward Tokoyo, the world beyond. It was still a management game, of course. You built, served, expanded, and improved the restaurant. But behind those systems, I wanted there to be something softer. The idea that a warm meal, a small place, and a moment of rest could help a lost soul remember where it needed to go. Midori no Kaori found a kind audience in its own modest way. And I'm still very grateful for that. It made me feel that maybe this little world had more to say. Oboro no Ichi continues from that same spiritual world. It is still connected to Kakuriyo, the hidden world of wandering spirits, and to the idea of Tokoyo, the distant place beyond. But this time I wanted to explore a different question. What if not every soul needs to remember everything? What if peace is not always about recovering what was lost, but about gently letting go of what can no longer be carried? Midori no Kaori was about memory as a path forward. Oboro no Ichi is about memory as something that can rest. This is why the game is not only about building a market. It is about creating a place where spirits can arrive without being judged. A place where they could spend what remains of their memories, find comfort, and slowly accept the world they now belong to. So, on the surface, Oboro no Ichi is a cozy market-building game. You build stalls, decorate paths, manage resources, welcome spirits, and slowly expand a market suspended between memory and the world beyond. There are systems, upgrades, choices, and a real management structure behind it. But I don't want the heart of the game to be efficiency. I want the heart of the game to be care. Every stall you place should feel like an invitation. Every path should feel like a way for someone to arrive. Every decoration should make the market feel a little more alive, a little more gentle, a little more worth staying in. I'm trying to build a game for people who want to slow down. For players who don't always want noise, pressure, or constant urgency. For people who just want to enter a small world, take care of it, and feel that their presence made it warmer. In some way, This game is also dedicated to the people who are no longer here. Not as something sad, not as something heavy, but as a quiet place where memory can still feel warm. I like the idea that a video game can hold a small kind of remembrance. Not with big speeches, not with dramatic moments, but with simple gestures. A warm stall, a place to sit, a path through the mist. A lantern that stays lit for someone who is gone, but not completely forgotten. Oboro no Ichi is still growing. It is small, imperfect, and made with a lot of care. I don't know if I'm always doing everything right, but I know why I'm making it. I want it to be a quiet thank you to Japan, to its stories, its folklore, its seasons, and the peace I found there. I want it to be a continuation of the world I started with Midori no Kaori. And I want it to be a gentle place for players who need somewhere calm to return to. In the next video, I'll show how I'm trying to turn these ideas into actual gameplay, how the spirits move, how the market works, and how small systems can make this world feel alive. If this little market feels like a place you would like to visit, adding Oboro no Ichi to your Steam wishlist would help me more than I can properly explain. For a solo developer, every wishlist is like a small lantern, telling the world that someone is waiting for this place to open. Thank you for keeping the lanterns lit.